Hey everybody! Today we're installing the 52-inch Toledo ceiling fan by Home Decorators Collection. If you found this video, your wife's making you hang a fan on the weekend when you'd rather be watching the game and having a nice cold beverage, but instead you have to install a fan and now you're stuck in an installation point and you're looking for some help, we're here to do just that. If you want to, you can use the links below to fast forward to each individual step of the process and it'll take you right to that point. You can fix it up, finish the installation, and get back to the game. If you want to watch the whole video, be my guest. It's pretty awesome. This video is going to cover the complete installation with everything from unboxing to turning it on and everything in between. So if you're stuck, you can watch any step in the process. You watch the whole video. Whatever the case is, at the end of this video, you're going to have a completely functioning, beautiful ceiling fan. If you find this video helpful at the end, please click like and subscribe, and that'll help other people find the video as well. So before we get started, just a couple of notes. You want to make sure the outlet box in your ceiling is clearly marked acceptable for fan support. If it's plastic, if it's a little thin thing, if you just had a light kit and you're going to hang this fan in place of that, make sure the outlet box is marked acceptable for fan support. If it's not, just swap it out before beginning. Just a quick note about the light kit. If you like to wire the fan and then test it before proceeding with the installation, the fan is not going to work until this light kit is plugged into the bottom molded adapter plug of the fan. So you want to make that connection to complete the circuits, and then you can test the fan. But if you wire it and you wonder why the fan's not working, it's because the light kit isn't plugged in yet. So you just want to make sure the light kit's plugged in before testing the fan. And most importantly, you want to make sure that the electric is turned off at the breaker box and at the wall switch. We don't want anybody getting a little bit buzzed with the electricity. So if you don't feel comfortable working around electricity, please consult with a licensed electrician. This is an easy project. It should take under an hour to do. And you're here, you're ready to do it, so are we. So we've opened up the manual. We're just going to make sure that we have all the parts before beginning, and that way we don't get stuck along the way. So first up you have the mounting bracket. The mounting bracket is this piece here. Comes pre-installed inside the canopy with the canopy ring. We'll show you in the first step how to remove that to get started. Next up you have the ball and downrod assembly. You have the decorative motor collar cover. You're going to have 5 blade arms. These blade arms have the captive screws in it. It's just a convenient installation feature. You have 5 reversible blades. You have a decorative light cage. You have the light kit bottom cap. You have the light kit pan. The light kit itself. This has a finial pre-installed on it. You'll just remove that before putting the cage on. You have the light kit plate, you have the fan motor, you have 3 Edison style bulbs, you have the remote and receiver, and they include the batteries too for your convenience. You have the hardware pack. The hardware pack has some plastic wire nuts and the blade attachment screws. Now like I said, this is an easy project. All we need is a Phillips head screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, a pair of wire cutters and strippers, some electrical tape, and of course a ladder. So we have everything here, we're ready to begin. Let's do it. The mounting bracket comes pre-installed inside the canopy with the canopy ring attached. To remove the mounting bracket, first twist the canopy ring counterclockwise to expose the screws. You'll notice that there are 2 slotted screws and 2 standard screws located on either side of the canopy. Begin by removing and saving the 2 standard screws. Next, loosen but do not remove the 2 screws in the J slots. Once those 2 screws are loosened, simply twist the mounting bracket and lift it up to remove it from the canopy. This fan features a slide-on mounting bracket for easy installation. There are 2 slots in the mounting bracket that will align with the 2 screws in the outlet box. When installing the mounting bracket, you'll align the slots of the mounting bracket with the screws in the outlet box and then simply slide to hold it in place before tightening. This is just a demonstration. Begin by loosening but not removing the 2 screws in the outlet box. Next, feed the house supply wires through the center hole in the top of the mounting bracket and align the slots of the mounting bracket with the screws in the outlet box and slide to hold in place. Secure the mounting bracket to the outlet box by completely tightening both outlet box screws. The blades are reversible, so choose the finish of the blade that you want facing towards the floor and make sure that the opposite blade is facing up. Then align the 3 screw holes of the blade with the 3 posts on the blade arm. Use the blade attachment screws from the hardware pack to secure the blades to the blade arms. Insert the screw into the hole of the blade so that it inserts into the post of the blade arm and start the screw. Repeat this process for the 2 remaining screws. Once all 3 screws are started, use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten the 3 screws. Repeat this process for the 4 remaining blades. The blade assembly is attached to the motor using 2 holes in the top of the motor that will align with the 2 screws in the blade arm. Simply place the blade arm over the 2 holes in the motor, and then secure the blade arm using a Phillips head screwdriver. Completely tighten both screws. Repeat this process for the 4 remaining blade assemblies. Once all 4 blade assemblies are attached to the motor, it's a good idea to go back and check to make sure that all of the screws are completely tightened. Before attaching the downrod, remove the warning label from the set screw on the motor collar and use a flathead screwdriver to loosen but not remove the set screw. You'll notice a safety tab on the other side of the motor collar. This is designed to lock the downrod in place should it ever loosen over time. Next, feed the wires through the decorative canopy ring. Make sure that the notches are facing towards the ceiling. Feed the wires through and place the ring on top of the motor. Then unwrap the wires and gently stretch them out. Once the wires are stretched out, it's a good idea to twist the ends of the wires together, and this will make it easier to route the wires through the downrod. Next, gently pull the green ground wire from inside the ball and downrod assembly. Next, insert the downrod through the canopy. Then place the decorative motor collar cover onto the downrod so that the largest opening of the collar cover is facing towards the threaded end of the downrod. Insert the ends of the wires through the threaded end of the ball and downrod assembly until they exit through the ball portion, and gently pull them through until the downrod meets the motor collar. Next, screw the downrod into the motor collar until it is completely tightened. Once the downrod is tight, use a flathead screwdriver to completely tighten the set screw on the motor collar. Once the set screw is tightened, slide the decorative motor collar cover down until it meets the fan motor. If installing the fan with the included downrod, it's a good idea to trim and strip the wires before installing. To do so, measure about a foot from the top of the ball and downrod assembly and use a pair of wire cutters to cut the wire. Then strip off about 3/4 of an inch of insulation from each wire. Once the wires are stripped, twist each end of the wires to make sure that there are no loose strands. Now the fan is ready to be hung. Before hanging the fan, it's important to note the slot of the ball and downrod assembly that will align with the tab in the mounting bracket. When hanging the fan, you'll insert the ball into the mounting bracket and then rotate the entire fan assembly until you feel the slot engage the tab in the mounting bracket. The fan will drop slightly when properly seated. To hang the fan, lift the fan assembly towards the ceiling. Note the location of the slot in the ball and the tab in the mounting bracket. Insert the ball into the mounting bracket and then rotate the entire assembly until you feel that slot engage the tab. A properly seated ball will prevent fan wobble and will also allow for room for the receiver to insert into the mounting bracket. Rotate the fan assembly until you feel that slot engage the tab in the mounting bracket. The fan will drop slightly when properly seated. Before installing the receiver, insert the batteries into the remote. To remove the battery compartment cover, simply slide it off and insert the batteries according to the diagram inside the battery compartment. You'll note the dip switches in the remote control and the dip switches in the receiver. If you have more than one remote control fan in the house, it's a good idea to change these settings to avoid possible interference between remote controls. To change the dip switch settings, use a small tool like a screwdriver and set the dip switches to a unique setting of either up or down. They can be set to any position as long as the remote and the receiver settings match. There's also a light control switch in the battery compartment of the remote. This switch is labeled O and D. To disable the dimming function of the light kit, set the switch to O. To enable the dimming function, make sure the switch is set to D. Once all settings are made, replace the battery cover by sliding it onto the remote, and insert the rubber plug from the hardware pack into the top of the receiver. When installing the receiver, make sure the flat side of the receiver is facing towards the ceiling. You'll notice that one side of the receiver has two wires. Those will connect with the house wires. The other side of the receiver has three wires. Those wires will connect to the wires from the fan. Insert the receiver into the mounting bracket with the antenna side first, so that the receiver rests on the ball and downrod assembly. It's a good idea to pull the fan wires to the side of the receiver with three wires, and the house wires to the side of the receiver with two wires. This will make wiring the receiver much easier. Begin wiring the fan by taking the green wire from the ball and downrod assembly and the green wire from the mounting bracket and twisting those two wires together. Once those wires are connected, twist those wires together with the bare copper wire from the house. This is the ground connection. Secure the connection using an included large plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Next, take the white wire from the receiver labeled ACNN and connect that with the white house supply line. Twist those two wires together and secure the connection using an included large plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Next, take the red receiver wire labeled ACNL and connect that with the black house wire. Twist those two wires together and secure the connection using an included large plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. This is the power connection. Next, take the blue wire from the receiver labeled for light and connect that with the blue wire from the fan. Twist those two wires together and secure the connection using an included small plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Next, you'll connect the white receiver wire labeled to motor N and twist that wire together with the white wire from the fan. Complete the connection using an included small plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Finish off the wiring by taking the black receiver wire labeled to motor L and connecting that with the black fan wire. Secure the connection using an included small plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Once all the wire connections have been made, gently tuck the wires around the mounting bracket and into the outlet box to make room for the canopy to attach. To attach the canopy, align the J-slots of the canopy with the 2 screws that are still in the mounting bracket that were loosened in the first step. Then tuck all the wires in and press the canopy up towards the ceiling and over the screws, and then twist to lock the canopy in place. Next, using the screws that were removed and saved in the first step, insert the screw into the standard screw hole of the canopy and completely tighten using a Phillips head screwdriver. Repeat this process for the screw on the opposite side of the canopy. Once those 2 screws are completely tighten the 2 screws in the J-slots of the canopy. The inside of the canopy ring has 4 slots. Those slots will align with the 4 screws in the canopy. To attach the canopy ring, align those slots with the 4 screws in the canopy, and then lift the canopy ring up towards the ceiling, aligning the slots with the screws, and then twist the canopy ring to lock it in place. Before attaching the light kit pan, you'll first need to remove and save the 3 screws on the bottom. These 3 screws will hold the light kit once the light kit is connected. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove and save these 3 screws. Before attaching the light kit pan, gently unwrap the wires at the base of the motor. Simply remove the rubber band and gently stretch them out. The light kit pan attaches to the fan using 2 keyhole slots and 1 standard screw hole. Those will align with the 3 screws in the black bracket at the base of the motor. Begin by first using a Phillips head screwdriver to remove and save one of those 3 screws. Then loosen but do not remove the 2 remaining screws. Route the wires from the fan through the center hole of the light kit pan and align the keyhole slots of the light kit pan with the 2 screws that were loosened in the black bracket of the motor. Then push up and twist to engage those screws. Use the screw that was removed and saved and insert that into the standard screw hole of the light kit pan and completely tighten using a Phillips head screwdriver. Once that screw is tight, completely tighten the 2 remaining screws in the keyhole slots. The light kit plate attaches to the light kit pan using 2 keyhole slots and a standard screw hole. Those will align with the 3 screws on the outer edge of the light kit pan. Begin by first using a Phillips head screwdriver to remove and save one of the screws, and then loosen but do not remove the 2 remaining screws in the light kit pan. Once those screws are loosened, align the keyhole slots of the light kit plate with the 2 screws in the light kit pan, making sure that the notch cutouts of the plate are facing towards the ceiling. Press up and twist to hold the light kit plate in place. Then using the screw that was removed and saved, insert that screw into the standard screw hole of the light kit plate and completely tighten using a Phillips head screwdriver. Once that screw is tight, completely tighten the 2 remaining screws in the keyhole slots. Connect the light kit to the fan by inserting the plug from the fan into the plug from the light kit. You'll feel the clip lock in place when properly connected. Next, align the 3 screw holes of the light kit with the 3 screw holes in the base of the light kit pan. You'll use the 3 screws that were removed and saved at the beginning of the light kit installation to secure the light kit to the fan. Gently tuck the wires into the light kit and then press the light kit up towards the fan and align the screw holes of the light kit with the screw holes at the base of the fan. Use the 3 screws that were removed and saved at the beginning of the light kit installation process to secure the light kit to the fan. Using the Phillips screwdriver, insert one of the screws into the hole of the light kit and then start it into the fan. Completely tighten this screw and then repeat the process for the 2 remaining light kit screws. Make sure all 3 screws are completely tightened. Install the 3 Edison-style bulbs into the sockets by screwing them in. Remove the finial from the light kit by unscrewing it from the threaded post. Next, place the light kit cage over the light kit, aligning the bars of the light kit cage with the notch cutouts from the light kit plate. Then place the bottom cap onto the threaded post, aligning the notch cutouts of the bottom cap with the bars of the light kit cage. Secure the light kit cage by reinstalling the finial onto the threaded post and screwing it on. Only finger tighten the finial. No tools are needed for this step. This fan includes a full-feature remote control. To turn the fan and light off at the same time, press the power button. The fan has a memory, so next time the fan is turned on using the power button, it will return to its last settings. For example, if the fan is on medium speed with the light on when the fan is turned off, the next time it is turned on, it will return with medium speed and the light on. This button can also activate the walk-away time delay. Press and hold this button for 5 seconds. If the light is on, the light will blink, letting you know that the walk-away time delay has been activated. The fan and light will automatically turn off in 30 seconds. The fan speed button will cycle through the fan's 3 speeds. Press once for high speed, twice for medium speed, 3 times for low speed, and another time to turn it off. Press the remote light button to turn the light on. Press it again to turn it off. Press and hold to cycle through the dimming. Release the button once the desired brightness is achieved. The Comfort Breeze setting randomly alternates the fan's 3 speeds to create an organic wind effect. Press the button to start the Comfort Breeze mode. Press the button again to disable the feature. The fan timer button will automatically turn the fan off at a desired setting. Press once to turn the fan off in 2 hours, twice for 4 hours, and 3 times for 8 hours. Press one more time to disable the timer. This fan features a 3-speed reversible motor. The reverse switch is located on the light kit. Switch left creates a downward airflow for use in the warmer months, and switch right creates an upward airflow to push warm air from the ceiling down into the room during the cooler months. Make sure the fan is off and not running before changing the switch position. Ceiling fan installation is now complete. Time to sit back, relax, and enjoy a nice tall beverage and enjoy your new ceiling fan. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please click like and subscribe down below, and that'll help other people find the video as well. And as we always say around here, keep it breezy.